Hi, I'm Brian Horton. I'm Senior Art Director of Tomb Raider, and you're watching GameTank.
Eurogamer!
No, Eurogamer!
No, Eurogamer!
No, Eurogamer!
Ha! With humour like that, it should be on TV, preferably in Peru.
Why Peru?
Because then I wouldn't be able to watch it.
Ouch! Yeah, dude! Maybe we should just look at some games.
Don't you mean peruse some games?
Bazinga! That is first class.
Kill me now!
In this, our second roundup of what we played at the Eurogamer Expo 2012, we'll be looking at candidate for Game of the Year, Dishonored.
I'll be getting to grips with F1 race stars.
And we'll also be sitting down with Kinect to play Fable the Journey.
With all that to cram in, we best get started.
Crammington!
Cram bam, thank you ma'am.
Crambusters!
Strawberry cram!
Cram... tikka masala?
I'm going home.
As you can see behind me, this show is absolutely huge. There are so many games on display here. I don't know how we're going to play them all, but I'm sure we will. And there's so much else to do as well. From our prime position up here, we can see, well, Medal of Honor, Crysis. I can see the Wii U. I can see Super Mario Brothers. I can see a Samsung stand. There's Tomb Raider, Hitman, Assassin's Creed 3, Dead or Alive 5, Dishonored. So many huge games, and they're all right down there waiting to be played. Tell you what, let's stick with Dishonored and go and have a closer look.
The beloved Empress dead, and everyone thinks you're the killer.
Dishonored was everywhere at Eurogamer, from the front of Earl's Court to the programme to the posters, everywhere. Dishonored seemed to be the elected game of the show from the moment we arrived.
Was it a fair accolade though? Well, our Dishonored journey started in the developer session where we were treated to the demo of the game on a huge screen. Not just any demo though, the same demo, twice!
Confused? Well, if you know anything about the game, you're probably not. Dishonored has been built from day one to be played in two very different ways. All guns blazing, or stealth, and variations thereof.
We were shown the same bit of gameplay played through sneakily and then aggressively, and it really hammered home just how many options you're going to have when you get this home.
It's possible, for example, to finish the entire game without being seen. The whole thing. There's an achievement for doing just that. You can avoid contact with all but your key targets and be a ghost, silently slipping into and out of your target points without causing any trouble at all.
Or just go for it. Hack away at everyone, shoot them in the back of the head with a crossbow, and throw things at them so they chase you.
There's huge scope for this kind of gameplay, and that's before we even get to the supernatural powers.
The game gives you plenty of tools to help you in your various quests. You can teleport short distances, possess things, slow time down, summon rats to attack your foes.
And you can really get creative with it too. By far and away the most awesome thing we saw at the whole show was when the guy playing the demo was being shot at. As the bullet left the gun of the attacker, he slowed down time, possessed the gunman, moved him in front of his own bullet, and stood back and watched him die.
Needless to say, it got a massive round of applause. We've been excited by Dishonored since we saw the very first trailer, but we weren't expecting it to be anything like this. When we finally got hands-on with the demo on the show floor, we were blown away by the game world, the sheer choice en route through the level, the ease of control, everything.
Dishonored is an amazing game. It has all the potential to be Game of the Year and possibly even a shining example of this whole generation of hardware. By the time you see this show, we'll be playing the game ready for our review. Keep an eye out for it.
But we can say with confidence that there are very few people who won't enjoy this. It's a well-crafted, well-paced adventure that's already a classic. Play it.
Play it. Hi, just got done playing Dishonored on the Xbox 360. Absolutely phenomenal game. It's really steampunk style, very intuitive, really fluid to play. It's got a brilliant teleport mode where you can just teleport to anywhere you want. It's really easy to use, very intuitive. Lots of powers, you can freeze time, which I had a lot of fun with that. I froze time and then I fired like some crossbow bolts at the faces of my enemies while they were stood there, and then when it unfreezes they all die instantly. Really colossally good game. It's out on October the 12th. I really highly recommend it. Great stuff.
Now, Brendan, can you name me a weird combination of two things that might just work together?
Owls and trifle?
No, try again.
Cats and unicycles.
Keep trying.
Bacon and cats, lemonade and cats, time travel and cats.
Nothing to do with cats! Just put me out of his misery.
It's Formula 1 and karting!
Go, yeah, that might just work. Are there any cats in it?
No!
This really is one of those ideas that's been waiting to happen. In fact, I can't believe it's taken this long.
I know! But Codemasters are on it. This is F1 Race Stars, a new take on F1 racing that transplants the biggest stars of the sport into cartoon characters and places them in a power-up picking, fast to the finish, fun and furious frolic. You can be Lewis Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel, Fernando Alonso and Mika Hakkinen. You can...
Dude, Mika Hakkinen? He hasn't been in F1 for 10 years.
I know, sorry. I just like saying that name. There aren't enough K's in people's names.
Not now, Dan. The game has turned world-renowned race circuits such as Monaco and Silverstone into fantasy race areas, filled with hairpins, jumps and loop-the-loops. Circuits can even transform ahead of you, meaning each lap has a different layout. It's still loosely based on 2012 F1 season, but with a majority emphasis on fun rather than simulation. Not quite the F1 we were used to, but you may have noticed that we're talking quite excitedly about this.
Yeah, because we played it and it was great fun. It's out here in November, which is very soon, and I'd imagine GameTank will be playing quite a lot of this over the Christmas season.
All gamers were catered for at Eurogamer. One of the first things we found on day one was the retro section at the back of the arena.
Yeah, the first game of the show I played was Sonic on the Game Gear.
There were old consoles from every era of gaming, in full working order, playing games. It was like a good old family reunion.
Ah. There was also a tournament area where the best Street Fighter 4 players were battling it out round after round to decide who was the best.
It was a constant struggle during our time at the show to try and play everything, especially with how much time I seemed to spend in the toilet. So we decided to jump out of our comfort zone and play something we might not normally look at.
Yes, we did. And what's the most out of character, most unlikely, most comfort zone shattering thing we could do?
Brendan on Connect!
Oh, look at him. Seriously, look at him. This is pure entertainment.
I might have this as my screensaver.
Ooh, me too.
Long ago, Albion's future was entrusted to me. I have watched many futures stretch before me, awakening long-forgotten nightmares. Only a solitary truth remains. I need a hero to rid Albion of evil.
Yeah, thanks for that, guys. Douchebags. Being a Fable fan can have its ups and downs. I, for one, was slightly underwhelmed by Fable 3, but I actually quite enjoyed this. Me and my fellow game tankers have been more than a tad sceptical about Connect, but this really seemed to work well. It didn't hurt that I was sat down either. This was all about casting magic spells with my flailing arms.
Flappy McPherson.
Fable The Journey is set 50 years after Fable 3, and if you've played that game, then the Albion you explore here will be altered based on your saved game data. You play this game from a first-person view, and the Kinect allows you to cast spells and ride your trusty horse from the comfort of your sofa, or small round plastic stool. It's quite a nice variety of spells with different hand motions to signal each one. Whether it's enough to make me buy a Kinect is yet decided, but it's nice to see a Kinect game with a bit more depth and story. Keep going in this direction, Microsoft, and I'll have no choice. Well, we just finished playing Fable the Journey, as you can see running behind me. Absolutely, really good, really responsive. The spells are great. Being able to cast and throw lightning bolts and other magic and fireballs, it's very responsive and it's really fun to play. I actually felt like a wizard. Winner. We're out of time again, but we will be back one more time at Eurogamer 2012 where we'll round up everything else we managed to get a good play on.
This includes Assassin's Creed 3, Forza Horizon, Lost Planet 3 and, of course, the Wii U and its flagship title, Zombie U.
Comment, rate and subscribe if you like our vids. There's plenty more on the way, including reviews of Resi 6 and Dishonored.
You can tweet us at GameTankTV if you have a question, and don't forget to check out our Bang blog too. The address is on the screen.
There's only one thing left to say.
Boomshank!
Stay tuned at www.GameTankTV, or else, you jive turkeys.
I can't stop thinking about my trifle owls idea.
Me either. You get the owls.
No owls were harmed in the making of this episode of Game Tank.
Thanks, Disclaimer-tron.
Yeah, whatever.